So I wanted to talk about the problem with GPO codes. GPO codes in GPO. The problem with them and why they're greedy and why the developers that release it are greedy. So starting off, we have the lack of codes everywhere else but during the updates. So what happens is when an update releases, a bunch of new players enters. New players play and level up. You can say, oh sure, they won't be used later, but that means only the new people joining during the new updates will be getting codes. You have to wait for big updates to get codes basically then, because your codes basically only last for a week. And because of that, any time outside of the update releases basically have zero codes, in which you have to pay every time with Roblox. You know how expensive Roblox is, to basically change your stats, your race, your everything like that. To even change their fruits is a big thing, and as we all know, getting their fruit is difficult. That means as soon as if you had already a devil fruit, if you're already A1, you'd have to change it when you get a better one. And that means you have to pay, which sucks, because the importance of devil fruits while being locked behind a paywall is kind of scummy, I can't lie. But obviously there's the choice to not eat it at all at the start, or just just accept your fate basically. As scummy as that is, you can always come back with the argument that it is the choice of the person. It's his fault because he should have ate their fruit at all. He should just went their fruit build, until he got the fruit he always wanted, his Logia, wherever. But that's not the only problem. The problem comes from the time. They only have the codes for 1 week after the update, and they give you mostly codes that they repeat. Like, look at screen currently, we have a bunch of codes, and most of these codes are mainly stat resets. And nobody uses these. Like, nobody uses stat reset that many times, unless you change your build every time, right? And there's a lack of their fruit resets. Matter of fact, the Death Fruit Notifier could be replaced with the Death Fruit Reset, because people really need to use that. The stat reset is cool, but there's too many compared to the amount of you only have one Death Fruit Reset, which is ridiculous because of how many people need to change their Death Fruit. Stat resets are not that big of a deal, and honestly you should have less, because yes, people change their build, but that's really because of their own choice. People who have gotten a new Death Fruit really can't be changing it that much, because getting a good Death Fruit is kind of difficult. That's why there should be more Death Fruit resets during an update, especially when you're adding new Death Fruits, because people don't try those. And number one, it shouldn't be behind the Death Fruit reset, shouldn't be behind a pig. There should be a way to get it in the game. Otherwise, people are just spending money in already the very, very expensive game initial price. You'd think the game will be all free as soon as you enter, as soon as you pay the initial fee, you get the entire game. No, but you have these microtransactions, basically microtransactions on this Roblox game, where a bunch of little kids basically play, and they are so gullible, and you're basically waiving this Death Fruit reset. Oh, you can't have this unless you give me 50 Robux. Basically, it's kind of scummy, to be honest. Yeah, and you can say, oh, this is just business, whatever, but especially on a kid's platform, that's kind of messed up, I can't lie. And I wouldn't care if it was your main source of revenue, but when you have private service for so much, if you have the basically so many game passes already that are kind of overpriced. Then you had the initial game passes 400 Robux, I don't know, a lot, at least 500 something, 400, plus the in-game shit to exchange your bill you need to pay Robux, to exchange your everything you need to pay Robux. Like, what is this? Like, so ridiculous. To get like a fast boat, it costs Robux. Like, what the hell? Like, it's too much thing you can buy for Robux, and it's kind of messed up. They need to stop this. And I bet you in the future there will be more things, because these people are so greedy, bro. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, a game, in the game, like, basically everything should be free. Like, there should be no microtransactions if you already paid for it. A game that's free, it can have microtransactions. That's how I see it personally. You know what I'm saying? But that's all.